Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's DDS here, and today, I'm kind of late, but, I, th this is, I don't cover baseball a lot, but I've been covering basketball a lot, so, I, I, I don't watch baseball. I know a lot of these players, though, so, we'll, we'll see, how good my analysis is, but, so, in the American League, for all you baseball fans, probably know all these players, and off the top of my head, I probably know probably 8 out of 9 of them, 7 out of 9 maybe. But the catcher elected starters, the catcher is Salvador Perez from the Royals, okay, and then first base is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. You would probably be very surprised if I didn't know who he was. But there are three Blue Jays in the start as starters. Kind of interesting, but the second baseman Marcus Simeon's having a monster year. I've heard. Especially compared to years that he's been in the league, of course. But Rafael Devers, I know him. I'll tell you who I don't know. But my I think yeah, Rafael Devers is a good player. He is a good underrated defensive player for baseball. Shortstop Xander Bogaerts. I think that one's a pretty good pick right there. And then Mike Trout, if there is like a star by them, it means they have they're out with injury or just elected not to play. Which he is out with injury, but yeah, this guy is the real deal when he plays, and you don't want to mess with him if you're a pitcher. And now Aaron Judge, in our outfielder. Yeah, I mean, those two guys are just been the forces of baseball really out in the American League for a while. But I mean, there's not a whole lot to say with those guys. And next is Teoscar Hernandez. I hope I didn't just butcher that name, but I don't know him. It's the first one I don't know. But so comment down below if what he does and how good he is, because I have no idea who he is. I really don't watch the Blue Jays a lot, but I mean, I really don't. And then, of course, the designated hitter and pitcher probably could be an MVP a lot due to his age. Shohei Ohtani in the thumbnail. This guy's a real two-way player. But this, I mean, you can't see this on the right, but he's hit 33 home runs this year. And he's a pitcher, and he's not a bad pitcher at all. But he's blasting the records, and I don't even know if he's in here. I'm not sure, but Jacob deGrom, this is the year for baseball. I mean, this is the year you start getting into baseball, because this is the year that a lot of these players are getting in a lot of contention. And then the reserves, still good players, but didn't get enough to get a starting spot. Mike Zunino's the catcher, and he was in the World Series last year. I think he was a good player. Catcher, of course. Had this guy had everyone watching him. He really did well for what he did. But next, Jose Altuve. I have been a fan of him for a while, but this has apparently been his off year. Last year was not very good either, so he's kind of out of his prime now. I guess he's out of his prime, but those two I know. This next one I've heard of, but don't really know him. Whit Merrifield. He plays for the Royals too. So, sorry Royals and Blue Jays fans, but you're just not popular in my mind. I guess if I don't know you, you're extremely underrated because I know almost everyone these guys on here, so I'm gonna have to carry on, but also comment him down below. Next up, Bo Bichette. I know him, even though he plays for the Blue Jays. Very popular last year. Wasn't popular, but definitely knew him in my mind, and I think he is an all-star player. Carlos Correa, who is also out. Yeah, he's a champion, really. Kind of, but yeah, there's just not a whole lot to say. Tim Anderson, I know him. Baseball's just the sport where it's not necessarily like points per game. It's runs per season. It's like defense. It's just not. Anyway, Joey Wendell, I know him. I can just read off the rosters. Like, there's just not a whole lot for me to say. Matt Olson, home run machine. Jose Ramirez, Jared Walsh, I don't think I know. Michael Brantley, Joey Gallo, Adolis Garcia, Cedric Mullins, J.D. Martinez, and Nelson Cruz. Okay. And then the pitchers, Shane Bieber, Garrett Cole, Nathan Eovaldi, Kyle Gibson, Yusei Kikuchi? I think I just butchered that, but Lance Lynn, Carlos Rodon, and Chris Bassett. Relievers, why are there so many pitchers? Matt Barnes, Aroldis Chapman, Liam Hendricks, Ryan Presley, and Gregory Soto. And then the National League, Buster Posey, very good catcher. Freddie Freeman, Adam Frazier, who has been I just kind of think he's really been a player that has actually kind of played well on a team that isn't playing very good, but Nolan Arenado, Fernando Tatis Jr., also in the thumbnail, Ronald Acuna Jr., so the 1-2 punch right there, Nick Castellanos, and Jesse Winker. How about Jesse Winker? Reserves, JT Realmuto, Yadier Molina, Ozzie Albies, Chris Bryant, Brandon Crawford, Jake Cronenworth, Eduardo Escobar, Justin Turner, Max Muncy, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Brian Reynolds, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, and Chris Taylor starting pitchers. My goodness. Do all these guys get to play? I don't even know. Corbin Burns, Yu Darvish, Jacob deGrom, Kevin Gausman. I think I butchered that one too. Oh man. Herman Herman Marquez. Oh my. Okay, this is tough. Trevor Rogers, Zach Wheeler, Brandon Woodruff, Walker Buehler, Max Scherzer, Freddie Peralta, and Tejuan Walker. Man, this is a struggle. Relievers Josh Hader, Craig Kimbrell. That one wasn't hard, I just paused. Mark Melancone and Alex Reyes. So, yeah, out of all, I knew a lot of these guys, and a lot out of the National League. I didn't know as many, which is kind of weird, but like the starters are almost automatic for me. Let's see. I think I know, or maybe not Nick Castillo. Ooh, these names are hard. Anyway, you know who I'm talking about. I like tongue twisters, basically. Especially when you're not in baseball. And you have to talk a lot. But comment down below, who do you also like the video? Comment down below, who do you think was really snubbed? If you're a baseball fan, who was snubbed? Of course, there are so many names in baseball that I'm not even sure really got snubbed, but that's gonna be it for the video, guys. Like, subscribe, comment down below. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.